So you guys remember that Digital Foundry did a video on Anthem, and they actually gave the heads up to the PlayStation 4 Pro version, right? They were both supposedly 1800p checkerboard. The Xbox One X version wasn't as great. Now, here's the thing. I want to give this a little bit of a, maybe it was an older build, but, something tells me that it was the newer build, and they just had time to go check it out a little bit more. So this is going to be a fun video because they get called out. They actually were wrong, and I really think that it's one of those things that people are going to be kind of surprised about because everybody was trashing Xbox. Look, people look for a huge reason to trash Xbox. Any reason, right? Any reason that they can think of, right? So a PS4 Pro version of a game being better than an Xbox One X version, especially a Microsoft marketed version, what's going to do better than that in terms of views and comments and all that kind of stuff? And nothing. That's the answer, right? So that's the answer, nothing. So everybody was talking about how bad including me, right? I was annoyed because it killed some of my hype for Anthem on the Xbox One X because the PS4 Pro version gets exclusive, unlocked frame rate and all this kind of stuff, and they're both checkerboarded the same. That's not screaming a developer that's taken advantage fully of the X, and that's something that I'm not ready to deal with at this particular point. And so, with that being said, it's one of those things that I do get annoyed, and I do think that, it's one of those things where they were probably trying to play to that Sony crowd a little bit, and now we have conclusive evidence that that's not the case because they've backtracked after being called out on it and going back and testing it a little bit more. So now we see that not only is the game performing better on the Xbox One X, it's native, it's 2160p on the Xbox One X and only 1800p on the PS4 Pro. So we have that going forward as well, and that's something that a lot of people will probably like to hear because that's a pretty big leap in terms of the resolution and things like that and effects, and it just everything's coming up in favor of the Xbox right now, and people are still kind of having a hard time dealing with this. For me personally, I love the fact that Microsoft has been able to come out with this powerful Xbox. The thing that was bugging me was the fact that these developers were out here sort of just willy-nilly with the development, and I thought this late, especially since the console's been out for over a year, we'd get definitive versions of every game pretty much on the Xbox One X, and it really hadn't happened the way I thought it would. I mean, most games, sure, like Red Dead 2, far and away better. Native 4K on the Xbox One X, not even close. A blurry mess on the PS4 Pro. But when it comes to Anthem, a game that looks so beautiful at E3, so much so that Sony tried to steal the footage of it and erase the Xbox buttons, and then they had the best version. Yeah, something didn't add up there. I'm not sure. It's like, do you trust Digital Foundry? Do you not? They are one of the few that does stuff like this, but it seems like they do get a lot of things wrong. But it is nice to see them retract that and come back out and say, hey, Xbox One X, the place to play. So let me know what you guys think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. If you guys enjoy the content, please hit that bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.